Hey, I'm Kyle Coffman. I'm playing Riff.
And I'm Yurel Echezarreta playing Bernardo, and we are part of the Houston Grand Opera's performance of West Side Story.
Working with Steven Spielberg on the 2021 movie version of West Side Story, it was extremely special because I think we both have a deep love and a long history with the show ourselves.
Kyle and I met 20 years ago doing West Side Story on the 2008-2009 Broadway revival. And so that's where our relationship started. And so we are very, we have a lot of experience in theater and in Broadway and the style in which it's prepared and rehearsed. Doing this musical or any musical on film versus stage. For stage and for theater, you have that immediate relationship with the audience where you sense their energy, you sense their reaction, you sense their enthusiasm in the moment, and you kind of feed off that energy. And you also are running the piece straight through. Mm-hmm. So you build upon the next moment, on the next moment, and so you're in the story, in the moment, in time. Whereas with film, you are hitting it for that one moment, for that take, and then you stop. The energy is just different. The relationship with the audience, you don't know how they're going to respond. So you really have to have confidence in what you're presenting and a commitment to the story.
And also you might do one thing, like one part of a phrase of a piece of music, 1 month, and then wait like 2 or 3 more weeks, and then go to a different location and pick up in that exact same like phrase of the music, but it's like 3 weeks later. Mm-hmm. So you have to get back to where you were and pretend like it was like a seamless thing.
Yes.
So it's very different, like you were saying, like the stage, it's like the curtain goes up, you're at the beginning of the story, and then by the time the curtain goes down, you're at the end of the story. This was so different. It's like a different discipline to always like be present. We've both done a lot of different versions of this show, and I feel like sometimes, you know, there's some thoughts of like maybe we should keep the Jets and the Sharks separate, you know, when they're not doing the show, and we should like build up that rivalry in real life. And then there's other times where they kind of trust us to be actors and to know what we're supposed to do. And like Yurel's, you know, one of my close friends. We've known each other for almost 20 years now. So we don't really need to do anything extra. It's all there on the page.
It's all in the eyes.
Yeah, so we just step up, we do the scenes, we're like, you know, trying to kill each other, and then as soon as the curtain goes off, we're like back in the dressing room having a good time, you know, so.
That rivalry on film versus on stage, I think it's quite similar. Mm-hmm. If anything, for film, you don't have to push that aggression or that intensity as hard because the camera's right here. So sometimes it's literally just in the eyes that you feel the seething energy.
Different than the opera house, right? Where you have to go all the way to the top balcony or whatever.
Exactly.
You know?
So it's much more in your whole body, you know?
Something about the prologue, just the music and the snaps and the choreography. I never get tired of doing that. It's very challenging, but it also gives me goosebumps even just talking about it. So I think that one for me, and also the knife fight. Just the dramatic stakes are so high, and you can feel the tension percolating on your body, but at the same time, the choreography is so refined and so specific. It's a great challenge. I feel honored to be able to do it.
When you're acting it, and when you're in numbers like Cool and the prologue, you have to be so committed to all your intentions and motivations and passion and point of view. It's exhausting, as thrilling as it is. And so this is just a beast of a musical.
And it's one of the best written, right? So you could just pick any number that we do, and you're like, I'm so grateful that I get to do this because look at the quality of the work that I'm able to do. I mean, it's insane.
And for me and Kyle, we've done Bernardo and Riff opposite to each other in another production, and it was not the original production, you know? There was new ideas, new concepts, whatever. But there is something about doing the original work that was created with so much intention, so much story, so much purpose, and so Kyle and I now get to develop this together. I'm so excited to do this original piece with Kyle now.
Yeah.
We have so much confidence in it and trust in each other. And so I'm excited.
And it's like this piece too, I can't speak for every other musical I've done, but I know specifically, like they all 4 of those guys, Bernstein, Robin, Sondheim, and Lawrence, they like all wrote it together, right? They were all around the piano, coming up with the music and the script and the choreography. Like it was all one idea. That's why the originality is important if you're gonna do it, because it was created like that all together. So sometimes if you want to bring new ideas or something, like you might just do a new show, because this one is kind of set the way it is, you know. So yeah, it's I think we've got a really good relationship there where we know what the base is, and then we can work off that.